in this evening is Mr. Abhay Tandon from DLC Global Risk and Crisis Management Committee, Director, Head, Digital and AI Innovation in TVS Motor Company, an angel investor, a super mentor by IAM Crest, Incubator Program by the Niti Aayog. Abhay has executed over 30 big tech projects with startups and innovation stakeholders. Awarded the Top Corporate Innovation Leader India 2021. Welcome, Abhay.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. So I'm speaking on the topic of disruption and innovation, the new way forward, right? This is something kind of defines the motto of my life, which states objects in the future may be closer than they appear. I know if you follow science fiction, a lot of you leaders must be looking at innovation as something which is far futuristic, right? 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And something that I hear from a lot of business stakeholders that I've worked for, right? So I've worked for a lot of Fortune 50, Fortune 100 companies and headed innovation for them, not just in India, but globally as well. And in my experience, innovation is not as futuristic as you perceive it to be. Things change so fast, and that's where I'm going to give you a couple of examples of some things that I've executed personally from India for the rest of the world. Okay, so one of the things that, again, I'm going to talk about a little bit of disruptive innovation, right? One of the things that people talk about or think about very futuristic is nanotechnology. People think nanotechnology is for medical sciences, right? And people do not really know the applications of nanotech today. And this is what we were trying to work on a few things around nanotechnology, specifically a material called graphene. And I thought that let me show the applications of how nanotech can impact our lives on a day-to-day basis. This is not just about medical sciences or healthcare. This is about your homes and how you can have a mobile-free life. Today we are so addicted to our mobile phones all the time. And this is what I wanted to show about, right? So we created interfaces for elderly children and for people like us, where our walls got converted to interfaces, right? Let me just show you this particular video, and this should explain a lot of stuff to you. So as you can see, this is graphene, which is a nanomaterial being painted on the wall. And when the wall gets painted with this, you can paint a coat of your normal paint on top of that. But because of the electrical nature of graphene, what you'll be able to see is that this gets converted into an electrical wall of sorts, right? Which doesn't pass current to us on your hands, but can power a lot of electrical circuits. This is a very simple thing for kids and even for elderly. Anyone can do it at home. That's the beauty of it, right? You painted a flower and converted this into an electrical device with switches on and switches off light sources. And this is on a wall, right? A flower that blooms light. Just a metaphor here, but that's as simple as that, right? You can make your walls, devices, anything around your house very intuitive. Or even dim it, for example. You can dim or increase the light directly with a touch. A person at the age of 70 doesn't know how to operate a weather app on your phone, right? And that's where this wall becomes highly intuitive. Or for that matter, this is in Delhi. All of us know Delhi has crazy amount of pollution. This is what that lamp captures. When the pollution is less, it opens up, turns green. It's intuitive. The pollution is high, it closes into a bird, turns red. And this is for the children in your house, right? In your home, when you have kids playing, can you turn a wall into a musical device? As simple as that, right? And you can you can choose your imagination, let it run wild, design anything that you want to. And this is going to be commercial in US by the end of this year. So you can convert any wall into a musical device. Let me move forward and give you another example, right? So this example came out in the restoftheworld.org, a global New York-based magazine, and I was covered as one of the first guinea pigs or first corporate leaders in India or Asia to have tried a hyper-real AI avatar. Today, when you go to e-commerce platforms, you see chatbots. They're not at all personalized. They do not feel that you're interacting with a human in a retail environment. And that is what we were trying to solve for. And the first video that you see is me on my digital avatar talking to you. So in this case, what basically happens is I've got my avatar trained for 30 minutes. This avatar looks like me, speaks like me in the same tonality with the same expressions, about 80% of it. And the future plan is everyone can have a hyper-personalized experience.
And the virtual Abhay, synthetically created. Till now, creating professional quality videos has been a huge high production effort. But now you can just write the script and get a video within 5 minutes. Isn't this awesome?
It's also super easy to change my voice, so I can have a casual voice with some customer, or
change my tone when speaking with other customers. And remember, this involves no voice casting, auditions, recording, nothing.
And yes, I can also switch into a female voice, by the way.
Mind blown, right? But this is just the start. There are a variety of faces to choose from and mix and match them with different voices each time. Say if you are shopping on the Lowe's Windows section, I can show you around. And when it comes to plumbing, I can tailor my avatar to make you comfortable and confident in a buying decision. And this is just the start. Good to be back, completely with my face and my voice. Let's step up together in the future of video creation.
This is called hyperreal AI. It really matches my voice and my tone, right, in a normal day. And the point is, I did not say any of that. It was produced through artificial intelligence with hyperreal AI. And the script was written 5 minutes before this video was live, right? So the future point is a hyper-personalized e-commerce hyperreal AI avatars which can beat human intelligence. But for now, I also tried to do another very interesting thing. I tried to get them to use that for influencer marketing. And I don't know if you've seen this on LinkedIn, but there was this campaign called Not Just a Cadbury Ad with Shah Rukh Khan promoting the small, medium businesses for the rest of the community, right, which were impacted in the pandemic. So this was, again, utilizing the same startups technology that I utilized to build that human AI avatar of mine. Let me play that for you.
Businesses and brands that suffered during the pandemic found their way back, but the smaller stores still suffer.
This lockdown has been a real tough phase of my life. I mean, I have seen bad days, but this was the worst.
Last year, we helped small businesses through Diwali. So this year, we decided to bring it back. Presenting Not Just a Cadbury Ad. This Diwali, we helped hundreds of small businesses by making India's biggest brand ambassador be their brand ambassador.
If you think Shah Rukh Khan spoke about each of those small businesses, that's not true. He did not say those words. It was hyperreal AI, an avatar of Shah Rukh Khan, which was creating for that scale, which can impact businesses, earn them a lot of revenue, and I'm talking about hundreds of crores of revenue into the country because of hyperreal AI. I don't know if this makes a lot of sense to people or not, but hundreds of crores of money coming in, or thousands of crores of money coming in, infusing into the economy of this country. A small innovation can bring so much of value add to the country and to the organization that you're working for. For example, Ajkal fashion, royal fashion, so on and so forth, right? You can just go on and say this. So this is a little bit what I wanted to talk about, a couple of these disruptive innovations from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abhay. I would like to talk about how Abhay has gone ahead and invested in a whooping 24 startups, if I'm right, and is now working on creating a $10 million micro fund to promote entrepreneurship, investing in upcoming startups and companies. Abhay, I would love to hear about your vision and what you're planning to do next this year.
Thank you so much, Pearl. I don't know if some of you managed to hear me out about the innovations that I was talking about. But the future of this country, a lot of the innovation potential that we're talking about is going to be channeled through startups, right? In the last 18 months, I managed to invest in 24 startups, and that's just the beginning. In fact, today, just before I came here, I closed a $250K check, $250,000 check in a quantum computing startup, probably the first quantum computing startup in the country to be on a platform, right? And we are talking about a lot of emerging technologies which have a potential to for investors, bring them a 50 to 100x ROI. 50 to 100x is unbeatable, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Invest into the future of this country through the right people, through the right channels. If any of you have any questions for me, or if you'd like to partner with me on my journey as I invest into innovative startups of this country, which can produce or manufacture for the rest of this world, I'll be happy to have a discussion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Abhay.
much.
Please.
Hi, Abhay. Good
Hi.
evening. I'm Madhu Chandrika. I'm an artist. And the electric walls that you showcased, the first part, that was very interesting and exciting for me. I'm thinking that I have a range of artworks which are meant for residences, offices, institutions. So I'm thinking of a possibility where we could work together and the artworks can be the electric, it can be made beforehand.
For
and
sure.
then sent it across, and that could be a huge possibility. Do you think so?
I totally do, right? Because when you make it electrical, there's so many other properties that we can explore. Even the color basis, the temperature, other thermal points, right? So much more to be explored. Happy to have a conversation and take it up.
Let's do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Abhay.